How did you do it? They ask me after the war. How did you kill so many? I tell them the truth. They do not believe me. Answer is too simple. My name is Simo Häyhä. Soviets called me White Death. Over 500 men fell to my rifle in 100 days. They sent squads to hunt me. Counter-snipers, artillery, all for one man in the snow. They never found me. Not until it was too late. This is how I became Ghost. March 6th, 1940. Something is wrong. I feel it before I see it. Pressure in the air, movement where there should be none. I have been in this position for 6 hours. My body is part of snow. My breath does not exist. Then I see glint, small, quick, glass-catching sun, scope. Someone is watching me back. I begin to shift position, slowly, 1 centimeter per minute. Snow crunches under my elbow. Sound like thunder in the silence. All of a sudden, the world turns white, then red, then nothing. When I wake, war is over. Half of my face is gone, but I am alive. Soviets are not. But that is not where this begins. I am born December 17th, 1905, in small municipality of Rautjärvi in southeastern Finland, close to Soviet border, close to trouble. My family are farmers. We grow what we eat. We hunt what we need. Life is simple. Work hard. Survive winter. Repeat. I'm not special child. I'm small. Even as adult. I stand only 5 feet 3 inches. Other boys are bigger, stronger, faster, but in the forest, size does not matter. Patience does. Father teaches me to hunt when I am young. Elk, mostly. Some deer. We track them for hours through snow. He shows me how to read signs. Broken branch, disturbed snow, the way wind carries scent. You do not chase prey, he tells me. You wait for prey to come to you. I learned this lesson well. By age 17, I joined local shooting club. I am good. Not best, but good. I practice every day. Same rifle, same position, same breath control. Other shooters talk while they wait their turn. They laugh, smoke cigarettes, tell jokes. I do not talk. I watch. I learn. Rifle becomes extension of my body. I know weight of trigger. I know how cold affects metal. I know exactly where bullet will go before I pull. This is not talent, this is repetition. In 1925, I begin mandatory military service, 1 year in Finnish army. They teach me tactics, formations, discipline, but they do not teach me to shoot. I already know this. What I learn instead, how soldiers think, how they move, their patterns, their mistakes. I file this away. Perhaps I will need it someday. After service, I return home, back to farm, back to hunting. I join Civil Guard, local defense organization. We train on weekends, march through forests, practice shooting, prepare for war that may never come. Life is good, simple. I wake with sun, work land, hunt when needed, sleep when dark. I do not want more than this. But then, world changes. November 30th, 1939. Soviet Union invades Finland. They bring 425,000 soldiers, thousands of tanks, hundreds of aircraft. They believe this will be quick, easy. Finland is small country, weak country. They are wrong about many things. Finland mobilizes. Every able man reports for duty. I am 33 years old. Too old for some wars, but not this one. Not when Soviets cross our border. I report to 6th Company of Infantry Regiment 34, part of 12th Infantry Division. We deploy to Kola River sector, dense forest, deep snow, perfect terrain for defense, perfect terrain for hunting. Officer Editors Issue Equipment, Mosin Nagant M28-30 rifle, standard issue for Finnish Army. I know this rifle. Have used similar model for years. It feels correct in my hands. Some soldiers complain about cold, about lack of supplies, about enemy numbers. I do not complain. This is my country. These are my forests. Soviets are invaders. Invaders must be stopped. December 21st, 1939. My war begins in earnest, and I realize something that will keep me alive for next 100 days. Hunting men is not different from hunting elk. You simply must be more patient. First time I kill a man, I do not feel anything. This surprises me. I expect something. Guilt, perhaps, horror, satisfaction. Instead, there is only calculation. Did bullet hit where I aimed? Yes. Did target drop? Yes. Is position compromised? No. Good. I move to next target. December 21st. Morning. Temperature is minus 25 Celsius. Snow is deep, fresh from night before, perfect for concealment. I establish position 200 meters from Soviet line, far enough to avoid detection, close enough for clean shot, with iron sights. I do not use scope. Never scope. Reason is simple. Glass reflects light. Light reveals position. Position means death. Also, scope forces you to raise head higher above cover. Scope fogs in extreme cold. Scope adds one more thing that can break, freeze, fail. Iron sights do not fail. Steel and wood are reliable. Now, I press my cheek against the rifle stock. Metal is so cold, it burns my skin, but I do not care. The cold keeps me alert. Soviet soldiers move in the open. They do not expect resistance here. They believe Finns are retreating, running. They believe wrong. First target is officer. I can tell by way he moves, way others defer to him. He stands in open, pointing, giving orders. That was a mistake. I steady my breath. Exhale halfway. Hold. Squeeze the trigger. Rifle kicks. The sound echoes through forest. Officer drops. For a moment, nothing happens. Other soldiers look confused. They do not know where the shot came from. They look at the trees, at shadows, everywhere, except at the snowdrift 200 meters away. I am already loading the next round. Second target, soldier running toward officer's body. Breathe, aim, squeeze, he falls, and now they panic. Soldiers scatter, dive for cover. Some fire randomly into forest. Bullets hit trees, snow, nothing. I do not move. Movement draws eye. In my head, I am part of the landscape. I wait. After 10 minutes, they grow brave again. One soldier stands, peers over log, trying to spot the threat. Breathe, aim, squeeze, that's 3. This pattern continues for 2 hours. They move, I shoot, they hide, I wait. By afternoon I have killed 7 men. When darkness comes, I withdraw, crawl backward through snow. I do not stand until I am 100 meters behind line. Even then, I stay low. Back at camp, other soldiers talk about battle, about close calls, about fear. Me, I clean my rifle, check for frost damage, oil moving parts, prepare for tomorrow. Officer asks, "How many today?" 7, I tell him. He nods. Good work. I do not respond. 7 is not good. 7 is simply what happened. Tomorrow there will be more. That night I think about faces I saw through sights. Young faces mostly. Boys from Russia, Ukraine maybe. Conscripts who do not want to be here any more than I want them here. But they are here. and they are enemy. This is war, so there is no room for sentiment. Over the next days, a pattern establishes itself. Every morning I move to a new position, sometimes same sector, sometimes different, never exact same spot twice. Soviets begin to learn. They move more carefully now. They use more cover, travel in smaller groups. Good. This means they are afraid. Fear makes mistakes. I develop methods, small things that keep me alive. Before I settle into position, I pack snow around me, shape it carefully, create height that looks natural, part of drift, not separate from it. In front of my rifle muzzle, I compress snow, pack it flat. When I fire, no powder cloud rises, no white puff to give away my position. These details matter. Small things are difference between living and dying. I also learned to read Soviets. They have patterns, even in chaos. Officers always stand taller. Machine gunners always set up in same type of position. Spotters always scan left to right, never right to left. Patterns can be exploited. Well, by end of first week, my count is 32. Or by end of second week, 67. Soviets begin to realize someone is hunting them. One specific someone. They hear stories from survivors. Ghost in snow. Phantom sniper. White death. They do not know my name yet, but they know I exist. This is when things become interesting. Because Soviets do not accept losses quietly, they begin to hunt me back, and I realize for the first time in this war that I am also prey. January 1940. Temperature drops to -40 Celsius. At this temperature, exposed skin freezes in minutes, rifle oil becomes thick like honey, metal becomes brittle, breath turns to ice crystals instantly. Most soldiers cannot operate in this cold. They huddle in dugouts, burn fires, trying to stay warm. As for me, I prefer it. Cold is an advantage. Soviets suffer more than we do. They have longer supply lines, poor winter equipment, officers who do not understand this climate. We are Finnish. We are born in this cold. It does not defeat us. It makes us stronger. My routine becomes precise, mechanical. 0300 hours, wake, eat small meal, usually dried fish, bread, coffee if available. 0400 hours. Move to forward position. Travel time varies. Sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. I never rush. Noise carries in frozen air. 0500 hours. Establish height. This takes time. Cannot be rushed. Every detail must be correct. Snow packed around my body. Rifle rest prepared. Sight lines confirmed. 0600 hours. Wait. This is the hardest part. Not shooting, but waiting. I lie motionless for hours, sometimes entire day. My body becomes part of snow. Temperature drops, muscles stiffen, fingers go numb. I do not move because movement is death. Soldiers ask me later, how do you stay still so long? Answer is simple. I learned hunting elk. Elk have better senses than men, better hearing, better smell, better instinct for danger. If you can hide from elk, you can hide from anything. But there is one problem in this cold: breath. At -40, every exhale creates a visible vapor cloud, small but visible. And visible means dead. I discovered the solution by accident. One morning I am in position. Target appears. I take breath to steady aim, but suddenly remember vapor, which means I cannot exhale. Without thinking, I pack snow into mouth, hold it on tongue. Cold burns, numbs, but breath does not escape. I take the shot, target falls, vapor never appears. From that day forward, I always carry snow in my mouth, sometimes for hours. My tongue goes numb. cannot feel lips, cannot swallow properly, but I remain invisible. Small price to pay. Typical day looks like this. Dawn. Soviets emerge from shelters. They believe morning is safest time. They believe I am human, that I sleep, that I need warmth like they do. But they are wrong. I have been here since before they woke, watching, waiting. First target of day is always officer or commissar, someone important. This creates confusion, disrupts command. Shot, target falls, Soviets scatter, take cover. So I wait, I do not move. I am a snowdrift, a rock, tree stump, anything but human. After 20 minutes, they grow restless. Soldiers must complete tasks, bring supplies, move equipment. Eventually, someone stands. Shot, this continues. They move, I shoot, they hide, I wait. By midday, count is usually 4 to 6. Depends on their courage. Some days they learn quickly, stay hidden. They do not give me targets. Those days I wait longer. Patience is free. Afternoon brings different opportunities. Light changes, shadows shift. Soldiers grow tired, careless, and I exploit this. By evening, count is typically 8 to 12 for full day. Then darkness comes. I withdraw, slowly, carefully, same as I arrived. Back at camp, I clean my rifle, eat, sleep 4 hours, repeat. This is my life for 100 days. Some soldiers go mad from monotony, from waiting, from the cold, but I do not. This is not different from hunting. The patient hunter always eats, and impatient hunter starves. 3 weeks into war, Soviets change tactics. They stop moving in open, they use more cover, they send scouts ahead. They employ suppressing fire before any movement. Good, they are learning, but I am learning faster. I notice patterns. Soviet scouts always check same type of positions first. High ground, tree lines, obvious sniper hides, so I do not use obvious positions. I establish hides in low ground. In open fields, the places no sane sniper would be. This is the advantage of small size. I do not need much cover. Snowdrift is enough. Small depression in ground is enough. I become part of terrain. One day, Soviet patrol passes within 10 meters of my position. 5 soldiers. They are looking for me. I hear them talking. White death, phantom. He must be here somewhere. I am here, under thin layer of snow. Rifle ready, but I do not shoot. Not yet. They pass. Continue down trail. 50 meters, 75, 100. Now they relax, believe they are safe. Officer lights, cigarette, a mistake. Shot, officer falls. Chaos, two soldiers dive for cover, fire randomly. Shout for help. I do not move. After 10 minutes, one soldier stands, tries to reach officer's body. Shot. 3 remaining soldiers retreat, fast, panicked. I let them go so they will tell others. Fear spreads faster than bullets. Not every day goes perfectly. One morning, I establish position near Soviet machine gun nest. Plan is to eliminate crew, remove threat to our infantry. I am in position for 3 hours, waiting for clear shot. Then I feel it prickle on back of neck. Instinct. Something is wrong. I do not know what. I do not know where, but something is watching me. I freeze completely. Do not even blink. I barely breathe. Slowly, so slowly, I scan with eyes only. I do not move my head, not even shift my position. Then I see it. There. 40 meters to my left. Slight disturbance in snow. Too regular, too deliberate. A Soviet sniper hunting me. We are both frozen, both waiting. Both hunting same target each other. This is problem. If I move, he shoots. If he moves, I shoot. Stalemate. But I have advantage. I saw him first. So I wait. 1 hour passes. 2 hours. 3. My fingers are frozen. I cannot feel the trigger. Face is numb. But I do not move. Finally, he makes mistake. Shifts weight slightly, just little bit, but enough. I see his muzzle direction change, half degree, toward me. He has spotted me. In that instant, we both know first shot wins. I do not think. My body reacts. Hours of training takes over. I roll left, bring rifle up, fire in one motion. His shot passes through space where my head was. And my shot does not miss. I do not stay to confirm. Crawl backward fast as possible. Keep low. Expect more fire. None comes. Later, Finnish patrol recovers body. Soviet sniper, experienced, decorated, sent specifically to kill me. He was good, very good, but he is not patient enough. By late January, my confirmed kills passed 200. I do not count personally. Numbers are meaningless to me. Each target is simply task completed, nothing more, but military keeps records. They need statistics, propaganda, proof. 200 confirmed kills.
This means verified by officers or other witnesses. Actual number is likely higher. Not every kill is witnessed. Not every shot is confirmed. Again, I do not care about number. I care about mission. Stop Soviet advance. Protect Finland. Everything else is irrelevant. But number matters to Soviets. They offer rewards for my capture. Dead or alive. They send more hunters. Better snipers. They call in artillery strikes on suspected positions. Nothing works. I am a ghost. I am snow. I am death that comes from nowhere. They call me Belaja Smert. White death. Name fits. People ask me later about killing. How does it feel? Do I dream about faces? Truth is, I do not think of them as people. This sounds cruel. Perhaps it is. But it is necessary. When I see a Soviet soldier through sights, I do not see man with family, with dreams, with life. I see target, threat, invader. If I think of them as human, I hesitate. Hesitation means my people die instead of theirs. I cannot allow this. So I do not think. I simply act. Pull trigger. Load round. Find next target. Repeat. This is not hatred. This is duty. Elk does not hate the hunter. Hunter does not hate the elk. It is simply nature. There are roles we play. Same in war. I am a hunter. They are prey. Nothing personal. But sometimes, late at night, when I am alone, I wonder. Wonder if they had families. If someone waits for them. If they believed in cause they died for. Then I remember. They invaded my country. They brought war to my land. They gave me no choice. And I sleep. February 1940. My count approaches 300. But Soviets are learning, adapting, getting smarter. They sent their absolute best. Counter snipers, Spetsnaz, hunters who have killed before, many of them. And they are coming for me. Game changes. No longer am I only hunter. Now I am also hunted. First rule of hunting. Know when you are being watched. Second rule. Trust instinct even when you see nothing. Third rule. When instinct screams, move. February 12th, 1940. I am in position since 0400 hours. Standard setup. Good sightlines. Multiple escape routes planned. Everything is correct. Except feeling in my gut. Something is wrong. Very wrong. I scan carefully. I see nothing unusual. Soviet lines are quiet. Too quiet, perhaps. But they have learned to be cautious. Still, something feels off. I trust this feeling. It has kept me alive. Slowly, very slowly, I begin withdrawal procedure. Pack up equipment. Cover tracks. Prepare to move. Then I see it. Flash, brief, distant. Could be reflection. Could be scope. Could be death. I do not wait to confirm. I row left into deeper snow, just as bullet cracks over position where I was. Good shot. Very good. If I had stayed, I would be dead. But I did not stay. I crawl fast. Keep low. Use every piece of cover. Do not look back. More shots follow. 3, 4, 5. They do not know exactly where I am, but they are close. Too close. I reach the tree line. Pause. Catch my breath. Snow in mouth has melted. I pack more. Force heart rate down. Analyze. Soviet sniper knew my position. Not general area. Exact position. This means someone watched me arrive, tracked me, set up counter position, waited for me to settle, then tried to kill me. Professional work. Very professional. This is a new problem. Before, I hunted Soviets. Now someone hunts me with equal skill. Over next days, this happens again and again. Every position I use becomes target. Mortar fire, artillery, sniper fire. They are tracking me somehow, learning patterns I do not know I have. I must adapt. First, change everything. Routes, timing, positions, methods. If I used morning approach before, now I use evening. If I favored high ground, now I use low. If I stayed 8 hours, now I stay 2. Unpredictability becomes survival. Second, become even more patient. Before, I would take 6 to 10 shots per day. Now I take 2, maybe 3. Only perfect opportunities. Only certain kills. Quality over quantity. Third, study my hunters. They make mistakes too. Small ones, but mistakes nonetheless. I must learn their patterns. And slowly, carefully, I begin hunting the hunters.
February 18th. I spot Soviet counter-sniper. He is good, very good, hidden well, discipline excellent, patient. But he makes one mistake. He arrives same time each day, dawn, like clockwork. This is exploitable. I arrive night before, establish position in darkness, cover myself completely, become part of landscape. Then I wait. 14 hours. No movement, no food, no water. Temperature is -38. My body screams for movement. Muscles cramp. Fingers go numb beyond feeling. I ignore this. Pain is temporary. Death is permanent. Dawn comes, and with it my hunter. I see disturbance in snow. Small, subtle. Most would miss it. I do not. I wait longer. Let him settle. Let him believe he is safe. He scans for me, searches all obvious positions, finds nothing, because I am not in an obvious position. I am in impossible position, place no sniper should be. He relaxes. Slight, tiny shift in posture. That is a mistake. I do not hesitate. Shot is perfect. He does not move again. One hunter down. But there are more. Soviets try new tactic. Artillery. They cannot find me with snipers, so they destroy entire areas where I might be. Smart, brutal, effective. Problem is, they do not know where I am, so they shell everywhere. This creates new opportunities. During artillery barrage, Soviets must take cover. They cannot watch for me. This is when I move. Use the chaos as cover. I infiltrate closer and establish positions they believe are impossible. Too close, too exposed. But during shelling, they do not look. And after shelling, they believe the area is clear. They are wrong. One day, I establish position 30 meters from Soviet command post during artillery preparation. They shell the area for 20 minutes. Intense, heavy, earth shakes. I am buried under snow, cannot see, cannot hear, can barely breathe. But I am alive. When shelling stops, Soviets emerge. They believe position is destroyed, safe. But I am waiting. Officers step outside. They light cigarettes and discuss plans. I shoot 3 before they realize. 4th and 5th as they run. Chaos and panic ensues. Entire camp erupts. I withdraw during confusion, like a ghost in smoke and snow. Later, Finnish intelligence reports. Soviet command structure in sector is destroyed. Entire offensive delayed 3 days. Good. This is the goal. Disrupt, delay, demoralize. But this war takes toll, even on me. I do not sleep well anymore. When I close eyes, I see sights picture, crosshairs, faces, flashes. I wake often
and listen for sounds that are not there. I reach for rifle that is already in hand. My body is breaking down too. My fingers have frostbite. Toes are numb. Face is windburned, cracked, bleeding. I lose weight, eat little, sleep less. But I cannot stop. War does not stop for exhaustion. So I continue. Death comes close many times. Machine gun fire stitches line across snow, inches from my body. Mortar lands 5 meters away, does not detonate. I stare at it for full minute before crawling away. Grenade rolls into position. I grab it, throw back, explodes in air. Each time I survive by seconds, by centimeters, by luck. I do not believe in luck, but I cannot explain some escapes otherwise. Perhaps ancestors protect me. Perhaps Finland itself protects me. Perhaps I am simply not meant to die here. Or perhaps luck runs out eventually, and everyone's number comes up. By late February, my confirmed count is over 400. 400 men dead by my hand. I do not celebrate this. I do not feel proud. I feel tired. But war continues, so I continue. Soviets put bounty on my head. Exact amount unknown, but substantial. They send more hunters, the best they have. Men with hundreds of kills themselves. I eliminate them too, not because I am better, but because I am more patient. And in this cold, patience is everything. Officers want to promote me, give medals, recognition. I refuse. I am a corporal. This is enough. Medal does not make me a better shooter. Rank does not make me warmer. I want nothing except end of war. Return to farm. Return to simple life. But war is not finished with me yet. March 2nd, 1940. My count reaches 505. 505 confirmed kills in 98 days. Highest number for any sniper in any war, ever. But records mean nothing if you do not survive. And on March 6th, my war ends. Not with victory, not with surrender, but with explosion that takes half my face and leaves me for dead in snow. March 6th, 1940. Day 100. I establish position at 0500 hours. Routine by now. Mechanical. I pack snow, compress, settle, and wait. Soviet lines are quiet this morning, unusually so. Either they are planning something, or they have learned caution. Both possibilities concern me. I scan carefully, sector by sector, looking for disturbance, for pattern, for anything unusual. Nothing. This bothers me more than seeing something. Empty battlefield means either they retreated or they know I am here. I should withdraw. Instinct tells me this. Leave position. Find new location. But I stay. Just a little longer. Just to confirm. This is my mistake. First mistake in 100 days. Last mistake I will ever make in this war. I see movement, finally. Soldier emerging from trench. Careless. Easy target. Too easy. Warning bells sound in my mind. This is a bait. Must be a bait. But what if it is not? What if this is legitimate target? What if I let him go and he kills Finnish soldiers later? I hesitate. Only for a second. But this is already too long. Because while I watch him, someone watches me. I feel it. Prickle on neck. Ice in stomach. Certainty. I begin to move, to roll away, to escape, but it's too late. World becomes light. Pure white light. Brighter than sun. Hotter than fire. Then impact. Something hits my face. Left side. Massive force. Like being kicked by horse. Or copy being sledgehammer. I am airborne. Flying. Then falling. Then nothing. No thoughts. No pain. Just absence. Darkness. Quiet. Am I dead? Is this death? If so, it is peaceful. No more cold. No more waiting. No more killing. Just dark. And silent. And still. Time passes. How much? I cannot tell. Could be seconds. Could be hours. Then sound. Distant. Muffled. Like hearing underwater. Voices. Finnish voices. Someone is shouting. Medical terms. Orders. Hands on my body. Lifting. Moving. Pain explodes. Oh, left side of face. Burning. Screaming. Agony beyond anything I have felt. I try to scream, but I cannot. Jaw will not move. Something is wrong with jaw. Very wrong. More hands. Pressure on face. Bandages. Movement. Cold. Still so cold. Then darkness again. I wake up. I do not know when. Do not know where. Hospital. Must be hospital. Smell of antiseptic. Sound of other wounded. Groaning. Crying. Praying. I try to open eyes. Right eye works. Left does not. I try to speak. Cannot. Jaw is wired shut. Or maybe jaw is simply gone. Nurse sees I am awake. Calls doctor. Doctor comes. Looks at me. Says something I do not fully understand. Too many medical words. But I understand enough. I am alive. Barely. Face is destroyed. Jaw is shattered. Left cheek is gone. But I am alive. Doctor says something else. Something about a date. March 13th, 1940. 7 days. I have been unconscious for 7 days. And then he tells me, war is over. Finland and Soviet Union signed peace treaty. War is over. I lived long enough to see it end. But this is not end of my story. This is only end of war. What comes after? That is different story. Story of man with no face, no future, no purpose. Story of how white death becomes simply Simo again.
I undergo 26 surgeries over next years. They rebuild my jaw, reconstruct my cheek, repair what can be repaired. But the face I had before war, that face does not return. Mirror shows a stranger. Left side is mass of scar tissue, skin graft, metal plates. My eye does not open fully, and my mouth does not close properly. I look like monster from children's story. This bothers me less than it should. Face is just face. I am still alive, still breathing. Many are not. Recovery is long, painful, boring. I cannot hunt, cannot shoot, cannot even eat solid food for months. I lie in hospital bed and think about war, about 505 men, about cold, about waiting. I do not regret anything. I did what was necessary, protected my country, stopped invaders. But I do not celebrate either. There is nothing to celebrate in killing. Only relief that it is finished. Eventually, I return home, to WWII, to farm. War has changed the landscape. Border is different now. Finland lost territory. But we survived. We remained independent. This matters more than land. I return to my simple life, farming, hunting when I can, living quietly. People know who I am. Word spreads. White Death lives here, the sniper who killed 500 Soviets. Some people want to meet me, ask questions, hear stories. I do not give them stories. What is there to say? I went to war, I did my duty, I came home. This is all. But journalists find me. They always find me. They ask questions, many questions. How did you do it? How did you kill so many? What was your secret? I give them the same answer every time. Practice. This is the truth. There is no secret, no magic, no special ability. Only practice, repetition, patience, discipline. I practiced shooting since I was boy. I practiced hunting since I could walk. I practiced patience since I could sit still. War was simply the application of skills I already had. They do not believe this answer. They want something more, some profound wisdom, some tactical genius. But there is nothing more, only practice. Years pass, slowly. I do not marry, do not have children. I keep to myself. Some people call me hero. I do not feel like a hero. Heroes charge enemy, save lives, inspire others. I hid in snow and shot people who did not see me coming. This is not heroism. This is survival. When I became an old man, people still ask questions. Do you regret it? 505 men. Do you dream about them? I look at person asking. Consider answer carefully. Truth is, I do not dream about them. Not anymore. Not for a long time.
In beginning, yes. First years after war, I saw faces and heard sounds. Woke in sweat, thinking I was still in snow, still waiting, still hunting. But time heals even this, slowly, very slowly. Now when I close eyes, I see forest, my forest, the one I grew up in, the one I protected. I see elk moving through trees, father teaching me to track. Simple life before war came. This is what I choose to remember. Not the killing, not the cold, not the faces. Just the forest and peace and quiet. One journalist is more persistent than others. Young man, earnest. He asks question different way. If you could go back knowing what you know now, would you still do it? I'm silent for a long time. This is good question. Perhaps only question that matters. Would I? Knowing cost, knowing pain, knowing what it takes from you, knowing you cannot ever truly come back from that cold. Would I still go? I look at him, at his young face, his certainty that there must be answer. Yes, I tell him, I would do it again. Because what choice was there? Soviets invaded. Someone had to stop them. Someone had to stand in snow and cold and wait. If not me, then someone else. Someone may be less prepared, less patient, less likely to survive. So yes, I would do it again. Not because I enjoyed it, not because I am proud, because it was necessary. And necessary things must be done, whether we want them or not. I live quietly for many years, decades. I hunt when I can, small game mostly. Rabbits, birds, nothing large. Nothing that requires long wait in cold. My body is too old for that now. Joints ache. Fingers do not work as they should. Eyes are not as sharp. But I still go to forest. Still sit. Still watch. Not to hunt, but just to be there. To remember what it felt like to be young. To be whole. To be alive in a way that only hunter understands. Forest does not judge. Forest does not ask questions. Forest simply is. I am comfortable with this. I breed dogs for a while. Hunting dogs. Good Finnish breeds. They are loyal, honest, simple. Unlike people who are complicated, who want things, who need explanations. Dogs just want food and kindness. This I can provide. World changes around me. Finland changes. Soviet Union collapses. New Russia emerges. Then new conflicts. Always conflicts. Always war. Always young men dying in snow and mud and sand. I watch news sometimes, see modern weapons, precision rifles, night vision, thermal imaging. Technology improves, methods change, but war itself, war never changes. Still young men, still killing, still dying. Still thinking they are first ones to understand fear and cold and waiting. They are not first, will not be last.
In 1998, Finnish government finally gives me formal recognition. Medal, ceremony, speeches. I am 92 years old by then. Too old to care much about medals. But I attend, shake hands and accept my award. People ask for photographs. I allow this because they have come long way. One veteran approaches me after. An older man like me. He fought in same war, different sector. You saved us, he says. You stopped them, gave us time to prepare defenses. Without you. He does not finish his sentence. Does not need to. I nod, but say nothing. What is there to say? I did job I was trained for. Used skills I had. Survived when many did not. That is all there is to it. In my final years, one last journalist comes. A Finnish woman, respectful, patient. She asks if I will talk about war one more time, for record, for history. I agree. Why not? I am old. History should be preserved, even uncomfortable parts. She asks many questions, same questions others have asked. How did you do it? What did you feel? Do you regret? I give the same answers. Practice. Nothing. No. Then she asks something different. What do you want people to remember about you? I think about this. Really think. What do I want people to remember? I want them to remember that I was farmer, I tell her. Before war, I grew crops, hunted elk, lived simple life. War made me into something else. White death, phantom, ghost. These are not real. These are just names Soviets gave to fear they felt. The real me. I was just farmer who learned to wait, who learned patience, who did what was needed when it was needed. This is all I am. This is all I ever was. She writes this down, nods, and thanks me. I do not know if anyone will care about answer, but it is the truth. And in end, truth is all we have. April 1st, 2002. I die in my sleep. Age 96. Peaceful death. No pain, no struggle. Simply stop. Perhaps this is reward for surviving everything else. To die peacefully, in bed, at very old age. I do not believe in afterlife and do not know what comes next. But if there is something, if those 505 men wait for me on other side, what will I tell them? That I am sorry? I am not. They invaded my country. That it was not personal, but it was. Everything in war is personal. That I did what I had to do. This is closer to truth. I fought for my home, for my land, for my people. They fought for what? Stalin's orders, communist ideology, land that was not theirs.
We both killed, and in the end, we both died. War makes no distinction between right and wrong, only between living and dead. I lived, they did not. This is the only truth that matters. But I wonder sometimes, what if I had missed that first shot on December 21st, 1939? What if bullet had gone wide? What if I had never become White Death? Would 505 men still be alive? Would someone else have killed them? Would war have ended differently? I do not know and cannot know for certain. But what I know is this. I was farmer. War came. I fought. I survived. I returned to the forest, and the forest accepted me back. Did not ask questions. Did not demand explanations. Forest simply was. And I simply was. This is enough. They bury me in Ruokolahti. Small ceremony, quiet, the way I preferred. Finnish flag draped over my coffin. Military honors. Words spoken that I do not hear. But I am already gone. I'm already back in the forest. The one I knew before war, before cold, before killing. I am young again, whole again, face unmarked, my body strong. Father is there, teaching me to track elk through snow. You do not chase prey, he tells me. You wait for prey to come to you. I learned this lesson well. But now, finally, I do not need it anymore. Hunt is over. Wait is finished. I am home.
My name is Simo Häyhä. The Soviets called me White Death. I killed over 500 men in 100 days during Winter War. When they asked how I did it, I told them, practice. This was truth. There is no secret to survival, no magic to killing, only patience, only discipline, only repetition. I practiced my entire life for war I never wanted, and when war came, I was ready. I did my duty. I survived. I went home. This is my story. This is all there is.